So I would ceremony up with one hand and then
départementale remplaçante, mesdames et messieurs les élus, messieurs les anciens combattants, médaillés militaires, gardes de lorette et porte-drapeaux, mesdames, messieurs, 4 soldats canadiens se sont particulièrement distingués lors de la libération de Villers et obtinrent pour le comportement courageux la Victoria Cross.
At one point in the battle, Sergeant Knight led a bombing party forward under heavy fire and engaged the enemy. He further dashed forward alone and bayoneted several of the enemy machine gunners and mortar crews. He then brought forward a Lewis gun and directed fire upon the enemy. In a subsequent advance, Sergeant Knight single-handedly captured more than 20 of the enemy. On each occasion, he displayed the greatest valor and under fire at very close range, and by his example of courage and gallantry was a wonderful inspiration for all. For his actions, Sergeant Knight was awarded the Victoria Cross.
Come on. Very happy. Merci for the bottle. Thank you for the time.
So then they said, adieu?
That would be long. And then he listened to the message.
The big German problem with Vimy Ridge is no room to manoeuvre. And of course, once you got the build-up of the artillery through 1916, it's almost impossible to hold your front line against artillery bombardments. And the German practice was to hold it very thinly and have counterattack forces. Couldn't do that at Vimy, because if you're pushed off the ridge, you can not easily counterattack back up the very steep scarp slope on the other side. So they had to pack their front line. And so you come to the 9th of April 1917, and by then the Canadian Corps had taken over this sector of the front. It was the first time that all Canadian divisions had operated together, which is of course what makes it very specially significant to Canadians. The Corps commander at the time was a General Byng. The Corps headquarters was within reach of the German guns. So forget all this business about the generals sitting there drinking wine and having a high time of it. General Currie was commander of 1st Division, this area. And as you know, in July, Byng was promoted on to Army Commander. Currie took over the Canadian Corps. We won't go any further than that beyond saying Canadian Corps, of course, became a brilliant sort of shock army. It was more than a corps, because Canadian divisions were kept up to strength of about 20,000. British divisions by late 1917 were down to about 10 to 12,000 men. So it was the equivalent of an army. But Currie kept it together as a corps, and he was a brilliant commander, as indeed it was a brilliant corps, very well trained.
All of them came here to France and Belgium for the same reason. All of them answered the call. And here at Vimy, 11,285 Canadian names are etched on these stones behind me. And their names are here because that's all that is left. Their bodies were never recovered, and only their names remain here at this memorial. They were not princes or noblemen. Most were not even professional soldiers, and many of them gave their lives for their friends. Their love for one another brought out the valor that was stored within. It was inside of them. It is inside of you as well.
They shall not grow old as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them.
We will remember them.
Creator God, we are deeply humbled to be here today. And as we stand in a place that has seen such incredible pain and suffering, we ask for your healing grace upon this land and upon these people and upon the entire earth. We ask that your words that express such sacrificial love will be summoned from us in times of peace, and that such love, brotherly love, will perpetuate peace in our time. And if, dear God, we are summoned to bring forth the valor of those that we remember today, many of whom are known not to us, but only to you as a soldier of the great war, known unto God, we ask that we may stand as they stood and love as they loved, and be remembered today as they are remembered. Amen.